Hey, 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 everybody. Nikki here with Black Dog Vintage and Antiques, and it's time for another static sale. This week, we're going to be doing antique, mostly antique, and some vintage ephemera. So, want to know how it works? Hold on, stay tuned. Okay, up first, we have 1991's Nostalgic Barbies. These are all Barbies that were done, I guess, like original Barbies, because I do remember owning, I think, her. This is an unused calendar with a spiral. There we go, a spiral. And it's got some absolutely lovely pictures of cinematic Barbie. If he talks to me, I know I'll just die. Okay, first I'll say hi, and then I'll say, I don't know, I got a little bit of a chuckle out of some of these. But absolutely lovely. None of the pages are written on. This was done by, I thought this was done by Hallmark, but maybe I am mistaken. Maybe I am mistaken. Maybe this one wasn't done by Hallmark. But okay, so if you're interested in the Nostalgic Barbie calendar, it's going to be $12, number 10. Okay, up next I have a set of 5 Victorian trade cards. These would have been like business cards. These are unmarked or unused ones, and they all have, I'm getting real close there, a girl child almost, or a woman child, with the flag of the country and the stamp, which I think is kind of cool. So there's this one here, and like I said, they're all blank on the back. And I used to know some of these countries. This one I'm not sure of this country. This one's France. This is the French one, and they all have metallic backings, which are lovely. This one's my favorite. This is Russia and Italy. So for the set of 5, and they're all in really excellent condition, the set of 5 Country Kids is what I call them, trade cards, they're going to be $12, number 8. Okay, up next on our ephemera list, this is a bordering antique lot. These are real people postcards. So these are real photos that were then put onto postcards. I have some of me in the 70s that on the back are postcards. That's how they were developed. So we've got the baby. The baby just says George. That's all the baby says on the back. This one's not stamped. We've got a nice little family here. So this is the whole family with a nice little list. Notice none of the girls are wearing shoes. This one was not posted. We've got 3 friends hanging out in the backyard there, probably doing a little gossiping. This one does have a date on it, gives us 1923. Look at her, that lovely little face, and that fun little dress. This is probably another one from the 20s, judging by the style of the dress. Look at these. The next ones have a couple of bows we got to talk about. So she's borrowed her mother's necklace probably, and her mother has made her the perpetual child in this beautiful little bow. This does have like some foreign language written on the back. Not sure about that one. This one's my favorite though. This is like a cute little girls club going on here. Some didn't get the bow memo and some didn't get the memo to wear darker colors. But once again, all styled in bows. That's a thinner one. And this one's just slightly offset. So whoever did this one didn't print it really great. This looks like a milkman to me. It looks like that looks like a bottle of milk. And it looks like him delivering the milk in the morning. And once again, posted place. So we have the milkman, the lovely ladies, that's 2, the beau, 3, the single lady, 4, the friends, 5, the family, 6, and the bibbit, 7. A lot of 7 real people postcards, $8, number 19. So we had a Barbie calendar, and now we got one for the Disney fans out there. This is 1978's Hallmark's reproductions of authentic posters, I guess is what it was. This first one here was the Mickey Mouse magazine, and it was June 1936. Fun for the whole family. And isn't Minnie? It's just so cute in that one. This one also is unused. It has the spiral along the top there. Another unused one. So we've got, there's Mickey skiing down. These are great little frameable posters if you're a Mickey fan there. Mickey on Ice. And like I said, none of them are used. There's the one from the front cover. There we go. There's a nice patriotic one right there. And I'm sure, I wonder what the Halloween one looks like. Let's look at the Halloween one. Oh, it's just a circus. He didn't give us any fun with that one. Football in November. Christmas Mickey. That's it. That sells it right there. The holiday number. So this one does stand top to bottom there. And if you're interested in this one, it's going to be $12, number 13. Okay, so I managed to pick up a series of these stereo, the name escapes me. They were the viewfinder of their day. They would have come in little packs. They would have told stories. And this is one that I found a nice little series in. It wasn't very big, called The New French Cook. So here is our new French cook looking all cute and happy in the kitchen when enters, oh my. Aren't you a dear little cook, says the master of the house. He looks a little too up close and personal. Oh my, yes he is. Oh, how dare you, sir. I don't think she's objecting. I'm just saying. Then, shh, the madam comes. And then we move on to, you can't deny it, she shall go. So the madam caught them in the end. So it's a nice little series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are numbered on the back. They actually do have a little write-up there. So if you're interested in these are kind of fun. These would be fun to frame. I do have to say that. These guys here are going to be $8, number 5. Okay, up next, I have a group of 10 antique music ads that came from Etude magazine, the 1912 and 1913 edition. And really, it's just the one that's just kind of like stellar and makes you giggle. But they're all for different... they're all for different things. Some of them have little photos on them. So if you were interested in having a little fun with some musical ads, like I said, they're all different sizes, all different shapes. One of them I think is a clasp pin one. Here's the clasp pin one. But the fun bit was this one right here. This one, if we can get it into focus, there we go. Your organ will be much improved in tone and volume by using a kinetic organ blower. So this is my dirty little inside joke. Oh, goodness, camera focus. There we go. So that's the one that I clipped out and just had a beautiful junior high giggle all about. But it is a group of 10 antique music ads. And if you're interested, it's just $5, number 16. Next up, and I hate to say this, at some point, we're all going to go through this. Our life is going to come down to just a stack of papers. This is a stack of papers that celebrates, I'm going to say celebrates, the life of Adele Finkelstein. Now, first we have Adele's birth certificate. It's actually probably a copy of her birth certificate. This is 1916 with all of her necessities. Her father was Russian and a tobacco dealer. Yep, tobacco dealer. She was born in New York. And yeah, this is a reprint because this was done in 1960, even though she was born in 1916. So we have her birth certificate. Then we have her marriage license here. And this one's neat because it's in English on one side and Hebrew on the other. So here's it's very delicate too. Here's the Hebrew side. Absolutely lovely. And then we go over here. And here is the marriage side. She was married in 1933 on the 19th. And there are all of the lovely witness signatures there on the bottom. Better refold that the way it was, the way it wants to go. Then we have her death certificates. So we have a bunch of copies of her death certificate. She passed away at the age of 56, very, very young. So not only do we have that, we also have her funerary arrangements, estimated memo of estimated funerary expenses for Adele Finkelstein. And it has everything on here. And at the time, in 1972, it cost $1,400. Costs way more than that now. We've even got like a cash receipt here. So we have Adele Finkelstein's, her original name was Goldstein. Nope, that was her mother's maiden name. Where is it? Where's her dad's name? I don't know. I know it's on here. It says David, name of Father David. So maybe she was a Goldstein. So from Goldstein to Finkelstein, birth, marriage, and death certificates. If you're interested in giving Adele a new home, $12, number 11. Okay, so we had music ads before. These are slightly different. These are just some fun regular ads. During these thrilling days. Apparently, during these thrilling days, you need this certain type of cream. And these are all vertical ones. There you can see there's a 1913. We've got hosiery for men, women, and children there. Nice little, I keep thinking that says namaste. Namaste, everyone. This one's probably one of my favorites. This is a famous French skin specialist. And it's for Pond's Extract Company's Vanishing Cream. Then we have another one for Dr. Felix's Oriental Cream, telling you all about it. And then this one, a college favorite, everyone. It's a college favorite. And no, it's not beer. It's Peter's Milk Chocolate. So you get the 2 long strip ads, the Pond's ad, there's 3, the hosiery, and the other cream ad. So all 5 ads, 1912, 1913. And if you're interested in these, they're going to be $8, number 20. I'm going to kick this off by saying these are not tintypes. These are framed photos in their original cardboard frames. We have Yours Forever. And there she is. There's Granny out tending the tobacco farm. I don't know, they look like tobacco leaves in the background. And it actually gives us a nice little write-up on who they all are in the back there. And then we got the schoolboy. This is Schoolboy getting ready to go to school. He says, "How am I doing?" And got little dancing people. This is Schoolboy Bill. So we got Schoolboy Bill and Granny here. 2 frame photos in their original, although this one, I have to say, it had that tintype look to it, but it is from the 30s, so it's not a tintype. And if you're interested in these, they're going to be $5, number 9. Oh, and I'm out of focus. Here we go. $5, number 9. Sorry about the camera going in and out of focus. It is very, very humid out again today, and my camera lens is just doing fun and funky things. All right, so we met Adele Finkelstein. I would like you to meet Isidore Finkelstein, her husband. And his, the pieces of his information from his life I have are much greater and much more numerous. And this is another example. I think I might have one more of his. I've sold off the others since. This is the City of New York Office of Civil Defense Volunteer Enrollment. So this was meant for men during World War II who were too old or were not qualified as listed as 1A. They were maybe 4Fs or something, that they couldn't fight in the war. They had them doing stuff here at home. So this one here was his actual volunteer enrollment card and has all his essential informations on there as well. It even tells us he was 5'5". 5'5". And Mr. Finkelstein in 1942 was part of the, oh, there we go again with the camera, New York City Department Emergency Auxiliary Corps. So he was a fireman during World War II when everybody else was getting ready to go off to fight in the war. So 1942, that was when my grandfather enlisted in the Navy, so he would have done his part in the same way. So if you're interested in the 1940s civil defense records, these are going to be $8, number 3. A little bit more on Mr. Finkelstein here. So these are, and I think these are hysterical because this is his certificate of fitness in February 1944. And this was letting us know that in 1944, he was physically fit and acceptable for Army for general military services. Okay, but then if you look at his hospital records tell a little bit of a different story. He had acute rheumatic fever, chronic cardiac vascular disease as a small child, measles, acute rheumatic fever. I mean, this guy was sick for quite a while. So a patient in medical records room. Oh, given to the patient in medical record room. So these are his medical records from the early turn of the century, 1918, I think is the latest one. So that was the end of World War I, where he was probably a small child. And then, yay, you're okay to go in 1944 when the war's almost over. So if you're interested in Mr. Finkelstein's certificates of physical fitness. These are going to be $5, number 15. Okay, next up, these are kind of fun. I love these, and it's because of the date more than anything else. These are $18.99. We're gonna party like it's $18.99, and I bet you there was some. Oh, there's the end of the world. These are canceled checks from Morristown, New Jersey, the National Iron Bank, which sounds like a bank that would come out of a comic book. I'm just saying, but they are dated up at the top, $18.99. They do have their stamps, their tax stamps on there. 2 cents and 2 cents. They are two different payees. So we've got 2 different amounts. So we've got $24 here on the one on the top and $3.34 on the one on the bottom. So these are really neat. They are canceled. They do have their stamps and signatures on the back, which is kind of fun. There we go. Stamps and signatures on the back and the little cancellation mark. So if you're interested in the $18.99 Iron National Bank checks, these are going to be $8, number 2. Okay, up next we have Singer's Dressmaking Guide, published in 1947. So this baby here is about 76 years old. So in this, we have all of the information you're going to need to know to start sewing your own dresses, to become your own dressmaker. My great-grandmother was a dressmaker, a talent that did not wander its way down to me. So there's a whole thing about measurements and how to do that, pattern alterations. It gives you finishing seams and stitches, anything you would need to know to put together a dress in 1947 and to look as fabulous as the model on the cover. So the only damage I'm going to say to this, because almost in all magazines there are, is the folded dog-eared a little bit here at the top. But if you want to learn how to sew 1947 style, this Singer magazine can be yours for $6, number 18. These next 2 ladies are my absolute favorite photos I have, and I can't believe I'm putting them up for sale. But I am doing it. We have Halloween coming soon. I know I've got Halloween crafters out there. So what I see when I look at these pictures is I see the Wicked Witch of the West and Glenda the Good Witch of the North. So I see a good witch and a bad witch. And witch actually just means wise woman. It got a little nasty there in olden times, we'll say. But here's my darker witch. She looks like something maybe out of Mary Poppins too. These are black and white snaps. This one is from 1914. It does give us who even took the picture, which is kind of cool, on the back. And then we have, and I kind of want to be her when I get older. Look at her. She's got in this really cool little garden she's got going on. You go, Granny. We don't have any information about her. But I can just see in the very skilled hands of a crafter, much more skilled than myself, that these would be a lot of fun. There we go again with my camera. These would be a lot of fun to play with. So the Good Witch and the Bad Witch. And if you're interested in these, they're going to be just $5, number 4. Okay, and here's another lot of Victorian trade cards. These are assorted trade cards. These are a bunch of different ones. This one here is probably my favorite. She is a little doll there. I guess there were 6 of these you could have collected, and she actually is kind of a bookmark, but she also stands. And this was for enameline stove polish. Then we have a gold-gilded girl in blue. She wasn't for anything. And these are very collectible. People collected these and put these in albums, which I thought was kind of neat. Brown's Iron Bitters. Most of these are actually from actual companies. I think that last one I showed you was the only one that wasn't. Then these are some tea, coffee, and trade cards. And they have a whole nice little write-up on the back of the Great Atlantic and Pacific tea branches in the U.S., So both of these are from the same manufacturer. We've got the man smoking on a big stogie and a Benjamin Franklin looking gentleman having some nice brandy. This one's another one of my faves just because of the different scenes. So we've got the Sherlockian looking hunter there in his deerskin hunting hat. We've got the clown and lady on a horse from the circus and some old-timey baseball. Gotta love that. And this was for grinding your own coffee at home. This is for Arbuckle Coffee. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 assorted trade cards. And if you're interested in these, they're going to be $12, number 6. This is a huge lot. Okay, so this is a lot of 18 different 1950s wedding cards. And if you're interested in these, let me know when you want more. I have one more smaller pack and some smaller cards as well. You can message me and we can work something out with them. So these are all different wedding cards, different styles, all dating from the 50s. We've got different little metallics, which is fun. And some of them fold out and are on like that lovely, like this one here, that lovely like vellum almost like paper. All right, so you get the whole lot. I'm trying to just kind of scan through them quickly. I think this one is the only one that there might be a duplicate of. And I think it's actually coming up. Yeah, it's coming up. So just so you can see what they all kind of look like, there's the duplicate. Wedding bells for the bride and groom, wedding prayers, all different styles, shapes, and sizes. There are 18 in the lot. And if you're interested in these, they're going to be $10, number 1. And we go from wedding to Valentine. So these are late 1920s, early 1930s actual Valentine cards. These are more grown-up Valentine messages. So we've got, this one went to Blanche. I love the little Art Deco-y stylings that are on the sides of these. And here's another one. These are not written on. They're just lovely little postcard cardstock. This one's my fave. I love the little Cupid on this one. So cute. The Cupid catching little hearts with his butterfly net. Oh, excuse me. This one says Angie on the back. Here's a Valentine for my son. This one's actually kind of cute with his little model plane there. It actually says Pop on the bottom. And a Valentine for mothers. Another one of those lovely. I love these old cards like this because you can fold them out and they give you so much to do with crafting. This is an old school Hallmark card. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of 5. And there goes my camera again. A lot of 5 on these guys. Work with my camera. There we go. And if you're interested in these, they're going to be $8, number 14. Okay, up next is something sometimes I come across. These are tally cards. They are little wristlets, so they would have worn these around their wrists, like so. I do not have the world's tiniest wrists. I have very normal sized wrists. And these were for bridge. She would have kept score and the table and everything here on the backs, and who was who, and I have no idea how to play bridge. So there is a lot of 1, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess there's 5 of them. 5 unused tally cards. They have this lovely little rose print. And this is the only one that has a little bit of water damage. The other ones underneath are in very excellent condition. Unused. Nobody has written on these. So if you're interested in the lovely little lot here of tally cards, these are going to be $8, number 12. Okay, this is a lot of old antique school books called The School World. They were printed in Farmington, Maine, and I love this, by the Knowlton Company, like you know how to do something. These were printed monthly from September to June during school years, and each of them is from a different year and has a different information inside of it. This one is 1905. This is all of Lincoln's speeches and letters, including the Gettysburg's address. This one here is the literature series. This one is Holmes Miscellaneous. This is a really lovely, a whole bunch of nice little poems in this one. My first walk with the schoolmistress. Oh, I wonder what happened. Deserved the abuse. Wow, the things I'm flipping to. I don't know if I like that. This is 1903, May 1903. And then this one here is Stories from the Pilot by James Fenimore Cooper. And this one is 1908, April 1908. And again, just all inside of all of the, I guess it was a story. So they all come from the school world. They range in years, but they're all very, very early 1900s. And if you're interested in the antique school book lot, it's going to be $10, number 7. We'd end with something a little bit on the newer side. I have a set of 2 guidebooks. One's from the 60s, one's from the 70s. This one here is from the 60s. It is the official Pennsylvania Dutch guidebook. I love the cover of this. Really great. Awesome pictures in this. This has actually kind of never been used. Some great pictures, some great write-ups. I know people who do lots of fun stuff with this. Great for an altered book project, too, I have to be honest. So, oh, look, there we go. We've got the hex sign. So, it gives you a whole bunch of information on that one. So, that's nice and fun. And then we have the story of Pearl Harbor. And this one has reproductions, obviously, photos that they've highlighted in color of the bombing of Pearl Harbor, as well as descriptions of the ships, the write-ups of the ships as well. I did have some actual older ones that were actually taken on, they were actually actual pictures, but this is the guidebook from the early 70s. Battleship Row, the USS Nevada, there's the Arizona right there. So 2 excellent condition guidebooks, and if you're interested in these, they're going to be $8, number 17. And I'd like to thank you all for hanging out with me. I love doing these. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and comment below. And if you're wondering where you can find me, here are all the lovely places that you can find me out there on the internet, from Instagram to YouTube to eBay, and my email below. So I'd like to thank you all for hanging out with me. Have a great afternoon. And until next time, everybody, stay swanky and stay classy.